Okay, guys, one of the most requested stocks is SMCI. I've been watching this one for a while. I told you guys, be on the lookout. This thing could drop pretty bad here as we got close to this important level. So I'm going to go over to the chart. How I'm loving the weekly candle. I think everyone should start reverting back, to the weekly because when you're swing trading stocks, you want a higher time frame. So let's get into the charts. Let's see what we see here. And this is what we have here. So I have lots of EMAs to kind of tell me what this picture is looking like. So right in here is this EMA 200. This is going to be your solid support, right? We went here, broke out of it, and then we just went right above it. So it's in this longer term outlook of a nice, still uptrend. Yes, you can break it and come back up, but I want to see this type of pattern where we break it, retest it right here, and then shoot up. And that's kind of what we got here. That I've been talking about here as a 53% gain here. So here's what we're seeing on this weekly chart though. You can see we are still in a downtrend on this EMA 50 and 20. So you're going to expect price to revert from these areas. I've been saying we haven't hit this EMA 20 since this downtrend right here. The minute you see that EMA 20 on the top and then the 50 crossing over to the downtrend on the upper band, that is very scary. It's very scary. And so you wouldn't trade any of these. I could show you guys how to trade against the trend. And it's a very unique way and it's very solid. It just don't happen as much. But this one did present some opportunities. But you got to look at also the news. If there's like a lot of bad news coming in all throughout this area, the charts are going to be kind of destroyed, right? It's going to get some big moves going in. So once we let the dust settle, then we look for areas to buy. You can see after hours, we've had this big move down to $32, right? Big move down. And I'm looking at this EMA 200 to see if this acts as a support. We are at 31.35. And we got pretty close to that, near that area. And then I can also see, well, what is this big support that happened? What EMA did this happen at? And I could kind of like get really close here and be like, maybe it was a 250 EMA or 300. Wow, this one went super oversold here on this area. This is insane. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. That's a little too extreme. But basically what we want to see is that EMA 200 act as support. We know this longer term on this weekly, we should see this EMA 200 bounce. Another time frame I like to look at is the monthly, and it's the same thing. You see how that EMA 200, we're still good in a more solid uptrend, but you got to understand, I mean, this is a big move down we've had. So you're going to have support down in these crucial levels. We haven't tested this EMA 200 in forever, way back here in 2020. And then for this big move down to just come down like that. So daily candle, we are going to break through this mini uptrend we had. I did alert this and saying, hey, we go down here. This is a nice start of an uptrend, right? So we had this big move up here. If you watch my latest videos, you can see how EMA 50 is acting as resistance. We retest this EMA 10 and 20 for support to have this next new leg up like this. And then we did unfortunately test this. Had a nice little move up, and these are pretty good. I mean, this is a 10% move up. I would have taken that gain, trail and stop it, but then we had that news, lots of negative articles coming in, and it plummets through this EMA 20, and now this EMA 20 this daily channel should be forming a downtrend. So remember, the weekly is a downtrend. Only when we touch this EMA 200, you'll probably get a nice little bounce. But nothing is really looking good for this in a very, immediate term here. Longer term, yes, the monthly, we should expect support. But who wants to buy this thing at, $11, which is way down here? I wouldn't even look at that as a buy. I mean, that's just so far under. Yeah, we got pretty close to it. But in this scenario, no. Let me show you guys what I look for a trend reversal. And you can see, how the daily EMA 200 is up at the bottom, above. So it's definitely short, in a short-term downtrend for sure. But this is what I look for when I want to trade against the trend. We know the trend is down. We understand that price comes close to this green band. You might ask, well, what is that? That is where a buy zone is initiated. It doesn't mean I get in right away. But if I see multiple candles not touching this EMA 5, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually on that 7th daily candle, we see a swift move up. So on this 6th daily candle, you're like, wow, this is extremely oversold. And we look to buy it against the trend right here, and we get this nice scalping moves right in here. We're not trying to hold it long term because we know the trend is down, but you can see 25% gain in a matter of 2 days. We get close to this green band, and this was the big move up to the EMA 5. We reject on the 10 a little. We hit the 20. We reject a little because these are your resistance, and then we finally break out, right? Hit 20, reject, hit it again, and then go through, hit the 50, reject, try to go above it, and then we went back down. So, big thing to see is the weekly is going to be your best signal. And this is why I really like to use the weekly. I like to show it because people, this is not looking good. I mean, you can see we just started this downtrend on this weekly. This started in 726. It is 1213. And if you look at the last time SMCI had an uptrend, it was for years. And we can do the same thing for a downtrend. Unless we get, really positive news and this thing starts to uptrend. And that's really what causes uptrends to form. So, I mean, a lot of people were getting very bullish here, but look how close we got to this EMA 50. This is you're going to get wrecked on this EMA 50. EMA 50 is pretty strong. You had a 6% move up from here for a crash down of, to this EMA 5 of 25%. Your risk versus reward is just terrible right in here. But you can see how also we hit the 20, we go down, right? This is your areas of rejection. We try to go here, and then we go down. So, where would I look to buy it? I could try this on the 200 because I did like how we went here. We hit above this. We had this retest pipe pattern where we go above the 200, hit this, and then come back down, and maybe we get that double bottom down in here. I would not mind that. Maybe I'll go some more. But I just think there's better opportunities maybe. I know the long term for the monthly chart, we are still at this uptrend. And you can see too, look at these EMAs on the monthly. To a T, we hit that 10 and rejected. You tell me this is not algos working their magic. We started this this EMA 5 crossover, so it looks like we are trying to switch to a longer term downtrend. This EMA 50 kind of held here, and then this EMA 200 will probably get a nice bounce, but you can see this 10, it retested that and it rejected immediately, along with the weekly getting close to the 50. But yeah, that's how I'm going to play. I'm going to play it on this 200 line. Price is at 31.35. It's going to change here and there. You can see how it changes a little, but that's probably where I would like to play it. And we'll go from there. And obviously, I would accumulate. If this breaks through here, you're looking at probably a very minimum loss. Maybe you could do a 3% stop loss. No, nothing like too dramatic, because if it does break through it, then you can get this free fall like this. But yeah, that's my analysis on it. I've been calling this out one pretty nicely here. The minute we started getting these breakout patterns and coming back to these support areas, you can see you made pretty dang good money here and here. And then once you here's the thing with this: once you keep hitting support and resistance, you got to understand you're going to break through it. We hit it here, we hit it here, and then it's weak. This is not as strong. If this hit here and just went and made new highs, then I would have liked it. But we didn't make new highs. We hit this EMA 5. This EMA 5 acts as resistance because now that we're curling down, and guess what? We've touched here again. I would not get into SMCI here again. I told you guys, the more we touch these EMAs, the weaker they get. We just want to play them a couple times here. We play it here on the 10, we play it here on the 20, and then if it comes back, then it's not a good trade anymore. And that's really what we're coming down to. So we got to look at different time frames. What is the weekly showing us? It's showing us a downtrend. It's not showing anything positive. And then the daily can give us really nice entries, and the daily is looking really weak. This is going to be back under the 20. The 20 will try to be the top again, and we'll go from there. But obviously, too, we have this small little gap here. You can see it's very, very tiny. Right here, we have a small little gap. But other than that, I don't know if we're going to come back to this area here. But it's definitely doable. It's just, constantly. I mean, this thing was one of the biggest movers. Anybody that caught this up in the very top, you can see also how on a weekly channel, it was telling you, hey, this is extremely overextended. We're hitting this upper band here. Look at these big moves down that you can catch here. That was a 25% from the top of this wick here to go down. Every time it does this, it comes plummeting down. Look at this. It comes back under the red band. It tries to come up. It comes back under the red band. And that's how I like to do my reversions to the mean. If I'm trading against the trend, I understand stocks will revert to the mean. We will hit the 5, the 10, and the 20. And so I use these Keltner channels to look for overreaction moves. So if it does this big move, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's coming down to reality. And then it keeps the guesswork out. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, I'll alert the best swing trade strategies that I see following the trend. SMCI is not one of them, but there is one stock that I'm in that is on a very nice uptrend. It's meeting the criteria, and we can keep expecting price to go up. They're safe, good articles on it, good news, good fundamentals, good price targets and all that, what I look for. So I look for, how good is this, the news is, the fundamentals, the stock, and do we have that technical areas where I look for these bounces, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to join the Discord, hit the link down below in YouTube comments below. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, the easiest way to do is just hit day trade alerts, and you'll get access to my swing trades and day trades for just $12 a month. And if that's too much, you can just do swing trades. You hit swing trade alerts, and it'll be $6 a month, and you can read about both services in the server shop or server subscription. But I mean, I understand lots of people charge hundreds of dollars, and I think it's straight out wrong because, one, the market is hard. There's no guarantee. No one can say, yeah, I know exactly where price is going to go. I have a good understanding of what areas the algos are looking at, where institutions like to put their big money in, and obviously fundamentals play a big factor in a lot of this stuff. But the key is to teach you guys not really just signals. I don't want you guys to follow exactly what I'm doing, but understand, why would I not buy SMCI at these areas here? These are extremely bearish areas. We have not even hit this EMA 20. When we hit this 20, you can expect a big resistance. When we hit the 50, you can expect a big resistance, because those are your first touches. That's where, why did this area right here? We haven't touched this EMA 10 since this big downward trend. We hit it, and why do we go down? Why is there big news articles? And why is all these algos printing money down? And that's really what I'm getting at. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The premium Discord's down below in the YouTube comments below and in the description. I think you guys are going to learn a lot for a very low fee. What took me hours, years and years to develop, and always developing this according to what the market's doing. So give this video a like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.